He's the sovereign lord of the nation. He's the hippest cat in creation. He's the alpha, the omega, A to Z. Today we are going to talk about why I love The Emperor's New Groove. But first we're going to talk about the movie in general. So in case you need a refresher, The Emperor's New Groove is a Disney animated comedy that came out in the 2000s. It's about a selfish young king named Kuzco. And when I say selfish, I mean selfish. In the opening, during his first choreographed musical selection, he bumped into an old man and proclaimed that the man threw off his groove and proceeded to throw that man out of a window. And that was just in the opening. He was rude to the brides that were selected for him, insulting them and their hair. And he didn't care about the peasants of the land. I mean, he was willing to let them starve. He was willing to seize their land just on a whim that he wanted to build something for himself. So to suffice to say, Kuzco was out of control. That's why it wasn't that hard to not feel bad for him when we saw his advisor plotting against him. He had an advisor named Yzma, and she had a henchman named Kronk. And at first, Kronk seems like an airhead, but as we get to know him, we start to see that he does gain a little bit of depth. But for now, he does everything that Yzma tells him to do. And we actually see him get conflicted. We see the visual images of an angel and a devil sitting on his shoulder, and that is basically him trying to decide between a good decision and an evil decision. So one night, after a long day of talking with the peasants and listening to their complaints and then denying them help for those complaints, Kuzco comes into the kitchen where, his dinner is ready for him. Yzma and Kronk are in there waiting to serve him his dinner. And he has some bad news for Yzma. Yeah, he's noticed that she started to try to do his job, and he isn't with that. He doesn't like that. So he's like, listen, I know you've been with us for a long time, since before I was born, matter of fact, but we're going to have to let you go. We don't have any severance package for you or anything, but we do wish you well on your endeavors. And Yzma is like, what? So apparently Kuzco forgot the golden rule. You don't mess with anybody who is fixing your food, because they had actually poisoned his food because they planned to get rid of him anyway. They poisoned his food, but luckily for him, Kronk is kind of slow, so he mixed up the vials and he accidentally gave him something to turn him into a llama instead of something that would kill him. So the potion still knocks Kuzco out anyway, like it puts him to sleep. So he gets put up in this sack, and Yzma tells Kronk, like, you're going to have to finish him off, like you're going to have to take him out. And so this is where we see Kronk get conflicted again. We see the angel on his shoulder, the devil on his shoulder, telling him, you need to do this, or no, you don't need to do this. This is bad, Kronk. You don't need to do this. And so he ends up dropping Kuzco, and Kuzco ironically ends up on the cart of Pacha. Pacha is the peasant that he had just talked to earlier that day and told him that he was taking his land and turning it into Kuzcotopia, complete with a water slide. So they've already gone through the woods and over the hills and stuff and got to Pacha's home. Pacha is basically putting up his cart, putting up his llama, unloading his cart and everything. And Kuzco starts to wake up. Kuzco doesn't know that he's a llama at this point. So he's groggy. He's like, what's going on? Like, where am I? He sees Pacha, but then he looks down at his hands. He's like, what the heck is this? Are these hooves? And then he freaks out. And then Pacha kind of freaks out because he's like, what's up with this llama? And then he realizes the llama can talk. And he's like, Kuzco, is that you? And Kuzco's like, I know you. You're that peasant. And then he's like, oh, you did this to me. This is just something because you're bitter. This is because I'm taking your home. You need to take me back to where I came from. And Pacha's like, listen, I don't know what happened to you. I'm sorry about what happened to you, but I'm not taking you back nowhere until you promise to keep your hands off of my home. So Kuzco's like, first of all, I don't make deals with peasants. I'm a king. I don't know what you think this is, but at the end of the day, he realized he didn't have a choice. So he reluctantly agreed, and it's like, okay, fine, I won't take your freaking home. You can have it. And just take me back to my castle. So Pacha's like, okay, I'll take you back. Now, during this time, Yzma has realized that Kronk didn't actually kill Kuzco. So she's busting through the woods, getting carried on a backpack, trying to find him, trying to hunt him down. But now Kuzco and Pacha are off on their journey. They're going through all their challenges, bonding, getting to know each other, gaining a little bit more confidence in each other. And they stop to eat at a restaurant. So they're in the restaurant, they're ordering their food. I think Cusco goes to the bathroom, and Kronk notices that his advisor is in there, and Kronk is in there. So he's like listening in on their conversation, and he hears them talking about how they actually intended on killing Cusco when they found him. So he's like, oh, we got to get out of here. So he gets Cusco and is like, we got to get out of here. Look, these people in here looking for you. I don't know what's going on, but they're trying to kill you. And Cusco's like, why would they try to kill me? Like, they love me, they worship me. He still doesn't get the fact that people don't like him because he treats them like trash. He's like, these people love me, they would never try to hurt me. Like, obviously you still got some resentment going on because of what I was going to do to you. And matter of fact, I'm not even going to give you your house back. I'm still gonna keep it. I don't even need you anymore. If they're here, they can take me home. So Pacha, he's like, whatever, fine, go ahead and go. They're gonna kill you, but don't say I didn't try to warn you. So he's gone. Cusco goes to try to find Yzma and Kronk, and of course he overhears them before they see him and hear them saying that they're actually gonna try to kill him. So then he's like, oh shoot, Pacha was telling the truth. And now I'm stranded out here. So he ends up stranded in the jungle for a while, gets chased by some jaguars, ends up having to go over this waterfall. Pacha does eventually save him. And he's like, he apologizes. He's like, listen, I was tripping, but if you had my back this last time, I promise, I'll stick to my words. You won't regret it. So Pacha's a stand-up guy. He's like, you know what? Say less, cool. I'll help you out. And he gets his family involved in everything, kids and everything. So they're lying and scheming and trying to help cover up and save them. And they stall Kronk and Yzma long enough for Cusco and Pacha to get back to the palace. So when they get back to the palace, I'm not going to give it all away. I'm going to say they have one last battle. No, I'm going to give it all away. They have one last battle, and they turn Yzma into a kitty, and then they end up getting Cusco the throne back. They end up turning him back into a regular king. So we get to see Cusco completely develop as a character. In the beginning, he was extremely selfish. He was really bratty, but by the end, he kept his promise and started treating people like people. Now, I love this movie for so many reasons, but I'm going to give you my top 4. The first reason why I love this movie is because this is not the typical Disney movie. Like, this wasn't a romantic musical. This was actually one of the first comedies that I think Disney did, where it was like a little bit more. It was actually written, it was supposed to be a more serious movie, but then they leaned in toward the comedy direction. So I really like the fact that this movie was a comedy, and it also had music breaks. It didn't have like whole scenes that were dedicated to a song rendition. Like, it was literally just like a quick thing, a quick little song, and then the song was over and then the movie continued. I really liked that about this Disney movie. The second reason I love this movie is just because Eartha Kitt was in it. No elaboration needed. I mean, that's a legend. I love that Disney used to give our legends their shine. Even in that episode of The Proud Family when they had Lou Rawls on there. Because the kids, the next generations, they need to know who our legends were. Like, they need to know who our people in Hollywood are that are actually our golden people. Like, honestly, anything with certain stars, I'm watching it. Like, it doesn't matter if they only got one speaking line, I'm watching it. When they had Jennifer Lewis, anybody that is notable in Black Hollywood, I'm not even gonna say Hollywood. I'm gonna say Black Hollywood. We have Black Hollywood legends, and certain people that was in Disney episodes, if those people were gonna be in it, I was watching it. I also like that this wasn't a movie about beauty or youth. This was a movie about the power of friendship, the power of relationships. Like, when you look past your differences, you see how similar you and other people actually are. Like, everybody can connect on a basic human level. Everyone just wants to be respected, and everyone just wants to be considered. And the last thing I like about this movie was the soundtrack, honey. The soundtrack was fire. And this movie, and it's crazy because this movie didn't even have like long musical selections. Like, it literally was just like little pieces of music, but whatever they did, like the little band they put together and the people they had singing, they really did their big one with the music. So overall, this is one of my favorite Disney movies. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, but let me know what y'all think. Let me know your favorite scenes in the movie. Let me know what you think about the messages in the movie. And thank you so much for watching.